just can't win.
Listen to me.
Yes?
The best wrestler. The best wrestler on the show. And you're going to see it. Listen to me. You're talking. Listen to me. Listen to me. The best wrestler. And you're going to see it now.
Cesar is definitely pure energy right now, ready for a fight. Just want to make everyone know that every part.
Everybody at home and everybody here is aware of that now as he destroys the commentation station and messes with our microphones.
I mean, you can only imagine that just has something to do with the battle he's dealing with John Campbell.
In this corner, weighing at 185 pounds of hailing from Dublin, Ireland, Cory O'Shea.
Did Clint just drop a southern drawl for an Irish accent?
I think so. He said he's been working on it. I think he did a pretty good job.
Hailing from St. Galveston, weighing in at 200.
Man, Ashur. He's definitely intense today.
Yeah, definitely.
Hailing from the Coliseum and weighing in at 245 pounds, the future of IWE, Cesar Ashur.
I definitely want to be standing across the ring from Cesar right now. And this opening contest is underway.
A very interesting combination. The Coliseum of sorts, Cesar Ashur, and a Celtic warrior. It's almost like watching the episode of Deadliest Warrior between William Wallace and a gladiator.
I think that would be a very accurate description. I mean, the clash of styles that we're going to see not only in personality, but wrestling styles as well.
And for those keeping track at home, I am aware William Wallace is Scottish, not Irish, but just, it's...
You know, it's close enough, one of those.
As a Scotch, they're similar in some parts.
Right. And a big takedown straight into a cover, and a kick out by O'Shea. Cesar, who's already been establishing himself here in IWE, matches against John Campbell that were instant classics. O'Shea trying his best to lift him up for what seems to be a German, and then just getting dropped straight down as Ashur just overpowered him. But a win, a victory for O'Shea could immediately start to make his rise and make his name known in our locker room.
Is that Greco-Roman wrestling style. Not many wrestlers can really have competed, I should say, against that style, nor know how to counter it. Your brawler styles like Cory O'Shea.
In for the cover! And a kick out after two.
That brawling style of Cory O'Shea, the strength style of a John Campbell, spooky style for the gimmick.
Spooky style.
Yeah. Yeah, well. And Benjamin Brody, that pure power. There's not many people that can do what Cesar Ashur does in that ring.
And a big body takedown floats over.
And Cory trying to show he can do just as much. Not the smartest.
He's taunting Cesar, which, seeing the attitude that Cesar had before the matchup, I agree, not a good idea.
This is very much, for such a young rookie in O'Shea.
Oh, pushes him right into the turnbuckle. And a big elbow right into the face.
Keeping the energy going. This kid had his lucky charms this morning.
Not only putting the momentum in his favor, but making sure to keep his energy and the energy of his crowd up as he feeds off of it. And Cesar taking a breather as O'Shea's lining up.
Oh.
And a double axe handle right off the apron.
I feel like that might have done more damage because he didn't fall in the middle of the ring. He fell on that hard pavement outside in the Artesia Youth Center. Part 2 of ARTESIAVERSARY.
And thrown back into the ring. Cesar O'Shea going in for the cover. 1, 2, and another kick out.
O'Shea,
Cesar not ready to give it up just yet.
I doubt he would. I mean, this man has a match of the year candidate against Tyler Dean. This man went blow to blow with the former champion John Campbell. And one forearm has put O'Shea in a world of hurt and realizing, okay, I might have upset the beast here.
He's definitely learning that right now as the attitude starts to trickle into his combat style. It's getting more aggressive. Oh, the extra force thrown with that Irish whip into the corner.
Just shook the ring right there.
Oh, and that momentum working against him, and then a chop block from O'Shea.
And Cory looking like he's going for some sort of, it's a bit of a cheer. That was a chicken wing kind of implementation. And then slamming his head down.
Into the Famouser, the Celtic Crusher is what he calls it. The Celtic Crusher into the Famouser. And he's going for the cover, but Sam Hacks distracting the referee as he's up in the apron. O'Shea could have got the victory right there.
I don't even think O'Shea realized
What a low blow it looked like from Ashur. Cesar taking advantage of the referee's distraction. And now the aggressive nature of Cesar taking over again as he's looking to finish this. Oh, what a slam!
Jackhammer there by Cesar Ashur.
And it looks like he may not be done just yet.
Pointing to the stars.
We've seen him do this before and with great precision and beauty. The moonsault from the top rope by Cesar.
Of course, some of the greatest Greek Romans created astrology, and Ashur wanting to be among the stars.
Oh, and there he goes, and what a head in for the cover. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Cesar coming up with a victory in beautiful fashion.
And he's not done
And
yet.
your winner by way of pinfall, Cesar Ashur.
And a submission hold by Sam Hacks. Looks like it's the rings of Saturn.
How appropriate. Ashur among the stars, and then the rings of Saturn.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's Campbell with a hockey stick.
It's not hockey season.
He was probably able to pick it up at a discounted price then. Campbell clearing the ring of Hacks and Ashur.
Turn that garbage off!
Ashur still is trash talking from the audience at John Campbell.
Come on, little Cesar! Come on! I'll tell you what. Since Little Cesar and his pal Chicken Supreme too late to get in the ring, how about you two versus me and Cory O'Shea on the next episode of BattleZone TV? Because you two are so big when it's 2-on-1, but when it's 2-on-2, we're going to welcome you to our nightmare!
And a big challenge sent out by the creature feature John Campbell for a tag match with him and O'Shea up against Sam Hacks and Cesar on the next episode of BattleZone TV.
Somebody cut his mic. This is terrible singing.
Thank you, Homework!
Thank goodness John's a decent wrestler, because he cannot sing.
I will agree, it wasn't exactly the best singing, but he got his point across, especially with these fans here in Houghton Lake at the Artesia Youth Center.
Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. IWE ARTESIAVERSARY. Running 3 years strong now. The best kept secret in Michigan professional wrestling. But you see, there's a reason that it's been a secret for so long. We talk about experience the difference. But with champions like we've had in the past, there's no difference to experience. You see, you've got John Campbell, Will Vendetta, Jack Price, Apocalypse, Benjamin Brody, for that short amount of time he was champ. Where are they now? John Campbell is off wrestling the younger guys because he can't hang in the main event anymore. Will Vendetta, he had to go get a tag team partner to carry his weight around because he wasn't cut out for singles competition. Oh, Jack Price, that's his name. Sorry, I forgot for a second there. Because as soon as I was hot on his tail, he left the company. He was afraid of Jacob Braun. Apocalypse did the same thing. I was right there. I was so close for so long that they knew their time was coming to an end, so they left. You see, Ben Brody stuck around for so long because he's got a few bolts and screws missing. He's not all there. And I commend him for that. But you see, IWE isn't much without Jacob Braun as the champ. And see, I like having this belt. It shows everyone what I've been preaching for the past 3 years, that I am the best competitor in that ring. And so, I think I'll stick around for a while and keep this belt to keep on proving them wrong.
And we're going to roll on here as BattleZone TV continues as we come into our next matchup. And as you hear the music play, you see J.J. Hughes making his way to the ring. J.J. Hughes, the new member of Team Ratings. We saw him get involved, or be involved, in a matchup on the last episode of BattleZone TV. A-Wicked was versing Victor Cross, and Craig Stossel announced that J.J. Hughes was the special guest referee.
I mean, I'll give it to you. JJ wasn't that great as a referee. That's why Dan was there to try and help him. He missed a few counts. Yeah, it could have been a little better, but it was his first time being a referee.
J.J. Hughes basically cost A-Wicked that match.
Hey, you've never been a referee before. It's a very difficult job. I know I couldn't do it.
But that's why we're on the commentation station. And we see the next IWE Gladiator, Cory Kerr, making his way to the ring.
Cory Kerr, wasn't that long ago, we found out that on his wrist tape, he puts on the names of all his fallen brothers, sisters, friends, family, anyone that really, helped him get to the point that he is here. And really, Cory Kerr, just a true family man. You gotta respect a guy that knows what's important in his heart. Pro wrestling, no matter how great it is, it does not beat the blood that's with you and your friends and your family.
Absolutely.
Cory Kerr, though, this is the last time. I mean, this guy's getting built. He's looking beastly.
Wait a minute. Rick Greene, president, IWE president, Rick Greene making his way out. We saw Rick Greene talk to A Wicked, saying he was going to make things right.
Hey, I saw last episode. While I was watching in the back, you want to make matches? That's my job. You want to appoint referees? That's my job. You seem to forget the little power here and there between you and I. So you know what? Right now, allow me to introduce you to the special guest referee for this match, A Wicked. And Alex Steele, you're out of here.
Rick Greene showing his power and control over the IWE universe as A Wicked appointed the special guest referee of this matchup. And Rick Greene sending Steele to the back. Alex Steele no longer allowed to be ringside for this matchup for Team Ratings, being represented by JJ Hughes up against Cory Kerr.
I mean, to make it clear, Alex Steele doesn't have a managerial license. I understand that decision. But it's still Team Ratings. It's the young gun of Team Ratings, JJ Hughes. They'll be fine.
The irony is you say young gun, and I think he's the veteran out of them.
That's true, actually. For IWE status, JJ Hughes has been here since, I believe, episode 4.
Even before that.
And
I
Cory,
think he got his first victory on episode...
oh yes, that's correct. He had the very first match in IWE history was JJ Hughes and Rick Caurdiea, and he lost that match.
And he got his first victory at the first ever Campus Clash.
All by memory, folks. That's professionalism danger right there.
In this corner, weighing in at 300 pounds and hailing from Detroit, Michigan, the Dire Wolf, Cory Kerr. And in this corner, represented by IWE BattleZone Television, executive producer Craig Stossel, a member of Team Ratings, J.J. Hughes.
And A Wicked backing JJ Hughes into the corner to try to get this match started.
JJ, not okay with A Wicked checking to see if he's got anything on him. So I don't know why this referee is just being so impartial.
A Wicked's giving JJ Hughes rear end a 10.
I guess that's a good thing.
And this matchup is finally underway.
I think even Cory Kerr is getting confused what's going on here. He came here just for a fight, and he's watching A Wicked try and mess with JJ Hughes.
And A Wicked cheering on JJ.
Oh, you just look at Cory Kerr's face when he turned around.
He's not here for fun and games. He's here to win matches and elevate his career here in IWE. And now that he's getting the crowd into it as he's getting ready to go onto the attack. And Kerr now taking control. A back kick. And a stalling suplex. Holding strong. Oh. And dropping him handily. And in for the cover. Wicked now getting off the top rope. It might have just been the half second A Wicked had to get down from the top rope. That might have just cost Cory Kerr the matchup.
Cory Kerr really showing the power advantage he can have over JJ Hughes.
And that slap.
Focus on your
thanks.
match, Wicked. Focus
Hey,
on the
thanks.
match.
Yeah. Oh, and then another cover one. And only a count of one there from Cory Kerr.
It seems like he's only focused on the count, not really caring about the match. The disrespect he has for these two competitors is ridiculous.
He did compliment my new glasses, though. It's nice of him to notice. I was very happy about that. And now Hughes with the reversal, sending Cory right into the second turnbuckle. Oh, and Hughes throwing Wicked out of the way.
And going right into Cory Kerr again.
And again, Wicked stepping Hughes back into the corner. And JJ's basically fighting two opponents right now, as he's fighting Cory Kerr and A Wicked as the special guest referee.
Shades of Alex Steele there with that cannonball into the corner.
And Kerr's in a bad spot, and Hughes into the cover. And a kick out, but Wicked wasn't even paying attention enough to make the count.
And Wicked needs to get back on the focus of this match. This is just ridiculous. The disrespect he has for Kerr and JJ Hughes. I mean, these guys are putting on a classic. Oh, there you go, Wicked.
And now Hughes getting the Direwolf back to his feet, sending him into the corner. Oh!
The big chop. No matter how big you are, that is such a sensitive spot. There's not much meat covering the upper chest right there.
Oh! And that one with a huge thud. And it looks like it just fired up Kerr. And oh, Lord!
I can tell you for sure there's less meat on JJ's chest than there's Kerr's.
Pretty sure they're... Wow! Welcome to Chop City, everybody. Ric Flair's shaking in his boots, as I'm sure you heard the echo of all of those.
God rest that man's soul.
Oh, and a discus clothesline flips JJ inside out.
And A Wicked is cheering him on. We need Laura Phoenix out here or something to give A Wicked some tips.
Oh. And that front slam into the cover, 1, 2, and a kick out from Hughes just barely in the nick of time.
You saw how he was hugging the head with his left arm while he slammed him down, almost making sure his head was the first thing that hit the ground first.
Right, he wasn't allowing Hughes to break his own fall in any way, shape, or form. In for another cover, and a kick out at 1 that time. 2? It was 2, apparently. Dose.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in IWE.
And again, going laxing into the corner. Hughes now with the submission hold.
Trying to get in that sleeper maneuver. Getting the knee in the spine.
And really driving it in hard. Swings him around. Oh. Hughes, your daddy with that cutter. In for the cover, and that might be it. 1, 2. And Wicked stops at 2.
This is what happens if you don't pass 5th grade. You forget what comes after 2. And Kerr lifted him up. This could be the sudden occurrence.
There! And slammed down hard into the cover. Quick pin!
And your winner by pinfall, the Direwolf, Cory Kerr!
And shades of what we saw in the last episode of IWE, as Hughes assisted in Wicked getting his loss on last episode. Wicked helping Kerr achieve the victory tonight over JJ Hughes.
Of course, Kerr is thanking Wicked for that match. If it wasn't for Wicked, Kerr would not even won that in the first place.
Oh, and now the beatdown. These two have had enough of each other. This is a feud that has been building for months and months. These two friends, once best friends, now bitter enemies. You can only try to imagine. I know we saw it evolve right before our eyes, but how could two people who are so close be this malicious towards each other now?
gold. It started all with the Gladiator title, and then it went from pure hatred. It was jealousy, and jealousy can build into rage, and then rage can build into this, what we see right now.
The thing that's really unfortunate for both of them is that the hatred that built and the greed for the Gladiator title that these two had destroyed their friendship, and neither one of them walked away with the Gladiator title. That is still held by Pure Fury Jeff Klaus.
That's the sad thing. It's blinded them. It's no longer for the gold. It's just pure anger.
Drake, where are you at, man? I'm already dressed and I'm ready to... You're at the hospital? Wait, why are you at the hospital? I don't... Let me call you back.
No Drake?
Oh, where's Fat Tony?
Missing in action, I can't get a hold of him.
Oh, there's a surprise. You know what? I don't think this takes a private investigator to figure out
It's the
what
same
happened.
old crap. You know what? Here's what we do tonight. Do the tag match, and we don't have a partner. Either one of us. Well, Derric Crow, Rick Caurdiea. But we go out there and we take it to him.
I think I can get down with that. It's gonna be an interesting night, Rick.
Whose music we gonna use?
That's a good question. We should figure that out.
And here we see Derric Crow and Rick Caurdiea making their way to the ring as a tag team this evening, as Drake is in the hospital recovering from his injuries. And Fat Tony is nowhere to be seen this evening. We're not sure what's been going on, but we've seen individuals being laid out from our tag team division, and we're not sure who's behind all of it. But at this time, Derric Crow and Rick Caurdiea are putting their differences aside to team up tonight to try to take tag team gold. But all three of these teams are going to have quite the matchup on their hands. As although they have the opportunity to take tag team gold, they're going up against one of the best teams IWE has ever seen.
Yeah, I was going to say, are the best. As I was saying, one of the best teams is a bit of an understatement if you're really taking the fact that the Sons of Sanity are multiple-time tag team champions. They have held the world title. They have held the Gladiator title individually. And they have beaten Dynasty Force Core. They have defeated D&D numerous occasions. They have defeated every single challenge that has come their way and continue to hold those titles. I will say it before, I will say it now, and I will say it then. Sons of Sanity is the best tag team of IWE's history.
And with the accolades you describe and everything, there's no way to truly argue against you. And I gotta say, those new belts look mighty fine.
Nice little red look to it. Red, the color of passion, the color of strength.
I was thinking the color of blood.
Elimination. I'll introduce this fatal 3.5-way elimination match. Introducing first, weighing in at 235 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. He's the prime time in the 989, the human stimulus package, my favorite wrestler, and all of yours, Pete Daddy Dolla!
I don't know what that says.
And now let me introduce to you my brother. He weighs in at 250 and 16 pounds. of equally twisted steel and sex appeal, he is one half of your future IWE Tag Team Champions, James Dillinger. You're looking at the future of the IWE Championship, the 1%.
Y'all mind if I do the rest? All right then. Standing directly beside me at a combined height of 10 feet from Little Rock, Arkansas, Tyler and Tyson, the Dean Boys! Thank you, son.
Wait a minute. Now,
I don't know.
Now I'm sure you've all noticed that that's not Drake Hansen. And I'm not Fat Tony. Because somewhere Fat Tony has magically disappeared. And Drake is in the hospital because somebody attacked him from behind. Now, I don't think you need a detective agency to figure out what happened to the two of them. I am looking at you. So tonight, after they lose the tag team titles to me and old school Rick Caurdiea, we're going to go ahead and take care of you guys then as well for what you did to Fat Tony and to Drake. But you know what? I got some unfinished business to take care of first. So would you please hold this for me?
Whoa!
Just flying out of the ring and attacking Alex Steele. So, wait.
What is going on right now?
I guess the match is on its way.
And Dean, Tyler Dean up to the top.
Oh!
Taking everybody out.
Yeah, Tyler. I guess we gotta ring the bell now.
Ring the bell, all right. Referee is giving us a signal. The bell is rung.
So it looks like it's gonna be Tyson Dean and Will Vendetta starting this match off.
Now keep in mind, this is an elimination match. So you can't win this match right away, but you can lose it. And a knee from Brother Will Vendetta, one half of the current IWE Tag Team Champions. Going up against Tyson Dean off the ropes, and a big shoulder tackle from Brother Will Vendetta.
And Tyson flipping over that hip toss, landing on his feet and knees, going for the Hurricanrana.
What an impressive showing between these two, as they're just reversal after reversal.
I mean, we know how good Tyson Dean is, just even by looking at his brother Tyler as well. And Tyler tagging himself in, showing the unison.
Oh, these two work so well together. Obviously, being brothers, you'll get that kind of cohesion between the two.
And a snapmare takedown, followed by a basement dropkick to the chest of Will Vendetta.
And in for the cover, we could see our first elimination here, and Brother Will Vendetta with the wherewithal to kick out.
And Tyler really trying to start up two. Oh! And great teamwork by Cody Leedy, taking down Tyson Dean. And Tyler now stuck on a bit of a tree of woe. His ankle is in bad shape.
Cody Leedy definitely using his ring veteran knowledge to his advantage there to give his tag team partner, Brother Will Vendetta, in for the cover. And a kick out after two.
Of course, we see Tyler Mason, not the normal count, a little slower, still dealing with the injuries from that tough match against Chuck Hammer.
Picking him up and dropping right onto the knees of Cody Leedy, and that's what you're going to see from the champs. 1, 2. Caurdiea breaking it up, but...
I mean, you really think about it, Caurdiea, he wouldn't mind getting some gold, whether it's with Rick Crow, Derric Crow, Alex Crow, anyone in the Crow family.
And another tag to Brother Will Vendetta. And a backbreaker into the cover. And another kick out from Tyler Dean.
And then Derric Crow himself, if he wins it with Rick Caurdiea, that would be a two-time tag team champion with 2 different partners. That'd be a first too.
That would be a first for sure. It would be interesting to see what the dynamic would happen though after, Drake returns or Fat Tony returns to see Rick Caurdiea and Derric Crow as tag team champions. And Crow now tagging himself in.
Of course, Crow would love to come in here against Will Vendetta. Oh! I've never seen him do an enziguri before. And there goes
over
Cody
the top goes Cody Leedy. And now waving to Cody Leedy, but Brother Will Vendetta was setting up for the side effect. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2.
And you just see how he's planting his hand under the face of Crow as well. Really, no matter how long it's been since these two faced off, they can never, ever stand each other, D&D and Sons of Sanity.
And Brother Will Vendetta looking to finish it off. And Crow with a backslide. 2, 3. Wait a minute. Crow has just pinned the champion.
And the
Sons of Sanity have been eliminated.
No, that can't be right.
That is correct. The Sons of Sanity have been eliminated. And now the Deans, Tyler Dean going up against Crow as the legal competitors. The Sons of Sanity have lost. No matter what happens, we're seeing new IWE Tag Team Champions tonight.
I'm still in shock. I don't know how to react. I mean, if anyone was going to take him out, of course, it would have been D&D.
And a big suplex from Crow.
I need a minute to compose myself.
Of course you do. And a back suplex. 1, 2. And Tyson wisely breaking up the cover there, saving his team. And now the right and left hands from Crow to Tyler in the corner, going for the splash. Dean dodging it, setting back up a big splash from him. Followed up with some shoulder blocks.
And just barely hopping over. Good thing Tyler's so small. Followed by a Nintendo forearm and a clothesline.
In for the cover. And a kick out again. The interesting notion to point out right now is that the 1% still have yet to be tagged into this match.
That's an interesting point. It's a very smart. And in elimination style, they're going to be the freshest men if they are the last team against either DNR. Is that what we're going to go with, DNR?
DNR.
And the Dean brothers.
Oh! Are we having a battle of chops right now between tag team partners? Oh! And a headbutt from Tyler Dean as he tries to compose himself against the now legal Rick Caurdiea. And Pete Daddy Dolla tagging himself in.
He's taking his time.
And a clothesline dropping Tyler Dean down to the mat.
It's all about picking your spot, and Pete Daddy knew when to come in.
And the beatdown continues to ensue on Tyler Dean from Pete Daddy Dolla. Oh, and a senton brings Pete Daddy Dolla down to the mat, into the cover, and a kick out by Pete Daddy Dolla.
It was looking like Pete Daddy had big plans there, but Tyler Dean changing the momentum and putting the offense back in his own hands.
At this point, you just got to know that Tyler Dean, a drop kick from Dean, he's got to tag out of this match soon. He's been in there for so long, he's got to be so tired. Oh, and a bulldog from the wheelbarrow. And at this point, he goes for the cover. 1, 2, and another kick out by Pete. You can see the pain and agony in the face of both competitors right now. Obviously, Tyler been in there much longer than Pete. James Dillinger still fresh as a bug. A boot by Pete sends Tyler right to the mat.
And he didn't have to put that boot that high either. This crowd trying to get Tyler Dean back in there.
And a double clothesline. Both men are down right now.
Tyler looking like he's going to any corner he can, but still trying to make sure Pete's in the match.
Tyson and Rick Caurdiea, now legal as you heard, I think you were about to say Tyson screaming wrong corner.
Yeah.
But at this point it might work to Tyson's advantage to have the 1% and DNR beat the crap out of each other.
Well, that's what you have. Oh,
it's a miscommunication between the two.
I mean, the two have never teamed together, so I can understand what happened there. Tyler Mason confused. 1%'s confused. This is what happens when we have this many men just wanting to beat the crud out of each other.
And we see Pete Daddy Dollar beating up Derric Rowe, James Dillinger. And now DNR has been eliminated.
So we're down to the 1% and the Dean boys. Whoever wins this will become your new IWE Tag Team Champions.
So I think the confusion and the hysteria that happened within that moment allowed James Dillinger to take advantage of the Rick Caurdiea that was hit from Derric Rowe.
They were trying to figure out who was the legal man, which anyone could have tagged anyone at this point. James could have tagged
1, 2, and a kick out after 2 from Dillinger. Tyson Dean, the legal man. Pete Daddy Dollar now getting involved, as he is now the legal man. Off the ropes. Oh! It looked like Dean was trying to springboard off those ropes. But Pete read the playbook prior to this match and set up with a basement dropkick first.
Tyson Dean coming back off the ropes. And Pete lifting him up. But Tyson fighting it. Tyson trying to get on his back. Squirming around.
Rolling him up. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2. And a big knee from Tyson. In for the cover again. 1, 2, and another kick out from Pete.
You're taking the fact these guys have been going for a while now. The heat, the exhaustion they are facing.
Oh! Catching Tyson mid-air is Pete with a drop kick right to the midsection.
Almost looked like it went a little lower than a midsection. Looks like he's gotten ready for perhaps a fallaway slam.
Oh! And with some extra throws him clear across the ring. And now a tag to Dillinger as he makes his way in.
I mean, in fairness, we probably could have tossed him that far too. And you look at Tyler and Tyson. This is such a big moment. They could possibly win the IWE Tag Team titles right now. And the 1%. This is Pete Daddyversary. 1 year ago, he debuted along with us in the Artesia Center. And now he could win his first ever title here, along with his brother, James Dillinger.
Oh! And a gut check. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Tyson. Somehow staying in this matchup.
Even looking at Tyson, look at we can tag in. Tyler is having a hard time getting back up on the apron himself.
After a beatdown from Pete Daddy Dollar as Dillinger was going to work on Tyson, Tyler's feeling the effects. Up and around and right into the top turnbuckle went Tyson.
Tyson, he's at this point, it's just hard keeping him up, keeping him standing. Any other competitor would have been done by now, but Tyson Dean.
With heart and guts for days, he'll keep going till his last breath gives out. You can see his body starting to give, but he's still got the wherewithal to know that this is for the titles, and he's got to keep going.
As long as he can breathe, he can still fight.
Oh, into a DDT! Twisted all the way around. It looked like a hurricanrana that was going to be reversed by Dillinger, and then it was reversed back by Tyson into that DDT.
That's right, Tyson Dean is like a caterpillar. You can't get off your body. He just crawls around you, and then he slams you down. You gotta check to see if there's suction cups on his body. That's just crazy.
And Tyler now tagged in. And the drop kick again from Tyler. And a double chop.
Oh!
Getting out some anger and aggression there. Oh!
Seated senton across the chest of Pete Daddy Dolla. And Pete too close to the ropes. Able to grab both the bottom and the bottom rope.
You say the bottom and the bottom?
The bottom and the bottom. Here comes a 3-1-3.
And it looks like Tyson and Tyler Dean setting up for something big as they're both going to the top. Dillinger can only just look on. A leg drop and an elbow drop. 1, 2, and a kick out from Pete. How did he kick out of that?
I have no idea. This match has just gone so long. Even the referee, even Tyler Mason is in such rough... Oh, my...
And the megaphone from Dillinger getting used on Tyson, knocking him clean out. He is out cold right in front of us here at the commentation station. Oh! And again, the megaphone getting used, and now he's hiding it from the referee. In for the cover after that powerbomb. And the 1% have now become the new IWE Tag Team Champions.
Champions of the world. The 1% team ratings, James Dillinger and Pete Daddy Dolla.
Team ratings have officially won tag team gold. The 1% proving that they are at the top of the food chain. Whether or not you agree with the tactics on how they won or not, they come out with the gold.
You can't say anything about numbers game there. They were the only ones out there. See, team ratings, they don't need numbers. They're good enough to win on their own. You're very delusional, Tommy. You need to realize that.
I'm sorry I blocked you out.
You're pathetic.
I was still trying to figure out what's going to happen to the tag team division now with the 1% in team ratings running it.
You can only assume Sons of Sanity are going to go back after those belts. Because they still, as two-time champions, you can imagine, would love to make that a three-peat.
Absolutely. I'm sure, as much as I'm sure they would have lost, they would have never, wish they would have never lost the titles tonight. You can be sure they're going to come in again, and they're going to come strong and as hard as they ever can against team ratings to retrieve those tag team title belts. And as we saw the new tag team champions, the 1% Pete Daddy Dolla and James Dillinger, walk off to the back, we're going to continue on here with our main event. You see Benjamin Brody, as insane as always, making his way to the ring, and the Huss chants run wild.
just
And he
broke
broke his chair already.
This wild man Benjamin Brody used to be your IWE champion. Think about that.
He was the champ, and I can almost guarantee you he's going to be champ again one day. The amount of talent that that man has in that ring is almost unparalleled.
I guess he wanted your mic, not Clint's.
It's because he likes me better.
All right. I came here tonight. Yes, I did. I came here tonight because I want my Imperial Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Championship around my waist. And you know what? Come hell or high water, Jacob Braun, I'm coming after you, and I'm calling you out right now.
Big words from the former champion.
And we,
That's not Braun's music.
no, that's Bill Blackwell. What is Blackwell doing out here? We saw him have an epic match against Brawn a couple episodes ago.
And look at the size of Blackwell. He's making Brody look small.
Hey, buddy. When I wrestled him last time, I came this close to beating him, and I want to do it again. And if you want it, I'm in your way.
Blackwell saying that Brody needs to step back because Blackwell wants that title first.
Now that's a matchup that'll rock the house down, a Brody versus Blackwell. But we got some interruption before that happens. Jacob Braun making his way out. Braun making his way out, I'm sure only to address the claims by Blackwell and Brody.
Yeah, I've noticed. You're the champ. Yeah. Jealousy.
They're blue, man. They're blue. They're different ones this time. You see, I had a feeling this was going to happen tonight. You see, Bill. Do this all night. I don't have anything to prove to you. I beat you clean 1, 2, 3 last episode. You? Where have you been, man? I didn't steal this at all. This belt looks good, right? With me? Yeah, I know. But I'll tell you what, I'm feeling generous tonight. So what we're gonna do here. Let's have a tag match. I met some fine gentlemen in the back who offered me their services. So, yeah, we'll do a tag match, and maybe if you guys win, maybe I'll give you a shot next episode or the episode after that or something. No! Dummies.
The genius, Mike Goodman, private investigator. I think he found a pretty good partner here.
Well, the real question would be, which member of the Goodman Detective Agency would be the tag partner of Jacob Braun this evening? And we see Braun handing an envelope to Goodman, and he's showing a Mongo Hammer, the man who's gonna tag with Jacob Braun for our main event tonight against Brody and Blackwell.
You already see the numbers game is going to be playing a huge part against Blackwell and Brody, because they're still Chuck Hammer, and they're still the smartest man in professional wrestling today, Mike Goodman, PI. Look at that. Look how smart Mike is. Taunting him, getting into his
Following
head.
tag team match is scheduled for. Thank you very kindly.
Wait. Brody's saying he knows.
Brody's got a plan. Could it be? No. As the Artesia-versary and the 3-year anniversary of IWE continues through this episode, we see the return of Rex Havoc, a former member of Team IWE, a man who tagged with Brody, episode in and episode out.
A man that really built the foundation of IWE. He's battled against Apocalypse. He's battled against Jack Rice. And a man that, in all honesty, he still looks like $1 million.
He may look like $1 million, but you know that knee that he's had surgically repaired is still healing. So we know he's not 100% by any way, shape, or form. But at the very least, it does start to shift the odds just a bit. Whether or not it's 100% Rex or, 50% Rex, that's still going to assist Blackwell and Brody in the numbers game that we see them facing with Braun and the Hammer Bros and Goodman.
Man, it looks like Havoc's about to break someone's neck right now. I would not want to be on the other side of that stare down.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get that remote here.
Oh.
Currently standing in the ring at 215 pounds, hailing from Santa Fe, New Mexico, Mr. Benjamin Brody. And his tag team partner weighing in at 400 pounds and hailing from the 9 Misses of Monsters, Bill the Bully Killer Blackwell. And standing here on the floor beside me, their opponents. You are in fact champion, sir. Standing on the apron with the Goodman Detective Agency, a man
You just look at Brody wanting to get at Jacob Braun. You see Rex Havoc staring him down. We knew the battles Rex and Braun, well, at the time, Mercury had at another time in IWE's history.
This match is full of bad blood, whether or not it's past, present, or future. We can only be assured of one thing, that it's going to be a classic and something we're all going to enjoy.
Got to tie his shoes, you know, make sure his gear is just on right, you know.
And finally, this matchup is underway. Our main event tonight, a tag team match with Bill Blackwell teaming up with Benjamin Brody against Mongo Hammer and the IWE Heavyweight Champion Jacob Braun. Currently in the ring, you see starting the matchup Jacob Braun and Bill Blackwell. And Brody tags himself in. And Braun immediately tagging out as soon as he saw Brody in the match.
See, Mongo Hammer being a bit of a wild card in this situation. Mongo has never faced Benjamin Brody. And after the elimination of Scotty Freytown from this company, really, this should be interesting to see how Mongo really fares against a main event talent like Benjamin Brody.
We know we've seen the talent of Mongo in the ring, and he's definitely something special. So to see him go up against Brody right now is something I'm highly anticipating.
I think we've had this talk before. It's very interesting when you see two talents that never seen each other. Laura almost going knocked out again. Seeing how one wrestler would battle with another and how things would go.
And Goodman getting himself involved by pulling the hair of Brody as the referee was tending to Mongo Hammer, getting him off Brody. And Brody eyeing Braun as he walks past him. And the crowd chanting Brody to try to get behind his corner.
It was looking like Mongo was going to be even strength with Benjamin Brody. Then Brody finally being able to push him back.
And a right hand from Mongo as Brody egged him on. Both men exchanging blows. And a clothesline from Brody takes the upper hand as he sends Mongo to the mat. Scoop slam by Brody. And another scoop slam. Dropping the elbow.
Benjamin Brody really putting Mongo on the ropes, literally right now. And Blackwell, what is this?
Oh! Blackwell holding Mongo down as Brody delivers the boot.
Right on the button, sending his head backwards.
What a scoop slam by Blackwell.
You know, I was talking about how Mongo and Brody have never fought before. Blackwell is very familiar with Mongo Hammer.
In for the cover. One. And Braun breaking it up. And Braun flexing in the corner as Mongo is still getting punished by both Blackwell and Brody.
Mongo's been in a rough sort for a long while in this match. Benjamin Brody, no one wins a headbutt.
In for the cover again, and 1, 2, and a kick out after 2, and you saw Brawn already ready, making his way into the ring to break up that pin.
I can only wonder what was in that envelope to make Mongo Hammer get in this match, and at this point, it wasn't really worth it to try and battle Blackwell and Mongo. Blackwell and Brody.
I can only imagine it was a large lump sum of cash.
I mean, when you're the champ, you get the champ privileges.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the payday that he thinks he deserves at this point, so he's got the money to throw around for the assistants as he sees fit.
I gotta say, the teamwork. The teamwork of Brody and Blackwell has been fantastic. We just saw him use Blackwell as a weapon.
Oh, Jesus.
And they've been just taking their turns on the beatdown with those chops on the Mongo Hammer.
I know that it's a regular thing for us to see some impressive chops here in IWE, but I think this episode might have been the best chops we've ever seen.
It's a regular chop suey situation.
I think, I'm getting pretty hungry for some chop suey.
I want to be down for some of that chop suey after the show.
You got it.
All right.
You're paying, right?
I can make more money than you, sure, why not?
Perfect. I had to pay my bills. I don't have much left over. Oh, and bite? Is that biting?
I think Brody wants some chop suey too, as he's definitely hungry to going after Mongo's head.
You can see the work that he's been doing with Campbell recently.
Brody's been wanting Brawn this entire match, but Brawn, knowing his worth, knowing he should not be part of this battle.
And what a thrust as it sent Hammer down to the bottom turnbuckle. And now just laying into him with the boots.
Braun getting frustrated, but he's still...
Oh! Brody going for the knees, but Mongo evaded just in time. Oh, Lord! What a suplex.
And Braun tagging himself in. Now that he sees that Braun is weakened, he wants some of that pie. He wants to beat down Benjamin Brody. And knocking down Bill Blackwell. Rex Havoc and Laura Phoenix holding back Blackwell. But I'm going to be honest, if it wasn't for Rex Havoc, if it wasn't for Mike Goodman, it wasn't for Chuck Hammer, this match probably would be pure chaos at this point.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, the anger that just Brody and Braun have for each other alone would be enough to send this match into a chaotic turn that I don't think Laura would be able to contain.
Double knees to the face by onto Benjamin Brody. I mean, this has been almost a year in the making when Jack Price was your IWE Heavyweight Champion in our debut at Artesia Center, where it was a fatal four-way match between Apocalypse, the man who won that, Benjamin Brody, and Jacob Mercury at the time. These two have always been right next to each other, battling almost on the cusp of becoming the champion, the face of this company. As we're seeing Braun choking with Brody's wrist tape.
And now Braun backing into his own corner, tagging in Mongo. Still getting that hold on Brody to make sure he's not going anywhere, allowing Mongo to send down the double axe handle right into the lower back of Brody.
This is such a strange situation. Typically, you would say they're focusing on the smaller man, but when do you ever say the smaller man and say Benjamin Brody in that same sentence?
Right, I mean, he's such a large athlete, but Blackwell, I mean, it's one of the things that you could easily say Brody is one of the strongest pound-for-pound athletes we have on this roster.
Absolutely.
But Blackwell's just almost twice the weight of him, so...
Exactly. Pound for pound, it might be Brody. strongest altogether, it might be Blackwell.
And definitely the two together. Unfortunately, Brody's the smaller one.
Yeah.
So that strategy working out to the advantage of Mongo and Brawn, as they're in complete control of this matchup.
As Brawn coming back in the ring. Right to the shoulder of that double axe handle. Of course, we know how much he loves to use that lariato. And with not using the full strength of that arm, the lariato would not be as powerful as it normally can.
Yeah, smart move for the long game on Braun's part. Oh, and a drop kick by Brawn. And Brody's down 1, 2. And a kick out just barely in the nick of time.
You know, it's a small thing, but really, Jacob Braun has the prettiest pin I've ever seen in pro wrestling. He's smart enough to hook the leg and then hook the other leg with his legs to try and make sure they lose all their power in their lower body.
Right. It's one of those things that you really see from like a ring veteran standpoint. Those little things help send you over the edge to that next level of main event status, which is why we see him as the Imperial Wrestling Entertainment World Heavyweight Champion.
That's why you see professional wrestlers, it's not just all about knocking down your opponent and winning. Often it's just about really having that leverage, as we're seeing that leverage is coming out of Braun, and Brody coming back in the match.
Oh!
Spoke too soon.
Brody catching the kitchen sink on that one. In for the cover again, double hooked, 2. And another kick out by Brody.
That's an interesting way to tag in, but it still counts.
Oh! 1, 2, and another kick out by Brody as Mongo hit that big frog splash off the top rope.
And I loved how he was turning mid-air.
Impressive for such a large man.
Absolutely.
To have such body control. And just narrowly avoiding Braun in the same time. But now Brody's starting to fight back.
Oh!
DDT!
That DDT sent him vertical right there. But Brody's going the wrong way.
Brody now realizing he was going the wrong way. Mongo now stopping.
Using his suspenders.
Is that a fish hook? Come on, referee.
And it's a fish hook. I think he was grabbing the beard while fish hooking him too. That's terrible.
Is Braun calling it a pile driver? Oh, he's setting him up for the pile driver.
This move is illegal.
Oh! And Brody might be dead.
What is Mike Goodman doing?
Goodman going in for the pin for some reason. Rex trying to run interference.
And look at that matchup. Rex Havoc, Bill Blackwell, and Rex going right after Chuck Hammer.
Rex and Chuck Hammer going at it like dogs.
If you know anything about Rex Havoc, the lone wolf, he has no problems getting into a fight.
The thing is now, this has allowed Brody a lot of time to recover after that pile driver.
That's very true.
An unnecessary, gift to Mike Goodman, trying to let him get the pin, but it wouldn't have worked. Laura wouldn't allow that.
Well, that was all part of Benjamin Brody's plan by bringing out Rex Havoc. Oh! Double cross body, both men are down.
And you can see the pain from both of them. Brody in a bad way. He needs to make a tag to Blackwell. Referee at a count of 6 now. Tag to Mongo.
Mongo dropping the suspenders. He's getting pure serious.
And he tried to go shoulder for shoulder on Blackwell, but couldn't do it. Blackwell now running house. He's a brick.
You know, I'm not buying your chop suey anymore now. That's terrible.
Oh, come on.
Going for the knee was Mongo. Blackwell in rough sorts. Oh!
Big driving knee straight through the skull of Blackwell. And now an elbow by Brody. Clothesline to Brawn. He's trying to go through everybody. Running knee. Into a German. Oh, a double flip German. My Lord.
Mongo throwing him around like
a rag doll.
Yeah.
And now a beatdown on Blackwell. Referee's got to get control of this matchup.
I mean, it's hard to really keep control. I mean, with Rex Havoc and Chuck Hammer, it's a little bit easier, but it's not looking good.
But wait a minute, Brody coming up on the other side with a chair.
Mongo now, I don't know if Mongo realizes it yet. That is a legal maneuver, what he's trying to do. And Brawn being thrown over the top rope. Oh!
A straight punch right through the chair, knocking Mongo out clean.
Good night, Mongo. Wow.
And you can see how much that hurt Blackwell.
Remember, Mongo is... Oh!
And again, the running knee to the back.
The strongest knees in professional wrestling.
Brody with a lariat to the back. So loud. Ducking the line. And another lariat.
The Lariato's alive and well, and Benjamin Brody throwing himself out of the ring with all that momentum.
Followed by a big splash from Blackwell. 1, 2, 3. And Brawn making out like a thief in the night.
Your winners by way of pinfall, Bill Blackwell and Benjamin Brody.
And we see Rex Havoc coming back out to help celebrate with the victors of this matchup, Bill Blackwell and Benjamin Brody. But again, Mongo Hammer, the one taking the fall for this matchup, as Braun made out like a thief in the night.
Benjamin Brody, so worn out, could barely even get in the ring. And Team IWE alumnus, Rex Havoc, Benjamin Brody, and perhaps a future of IWE, Bill Blackwell. What an excellent, terrible pairing.
Yeah, terrible pairing. I think they did pretty well this evening. And moving forward, we can only see whether or not they're going to continue as a team or turn themselves into competitors, one against the other. But you're going to have to tune in to the next episode of BattleZone TV to find out. As always, I am your host, Tommy Danger Z.
And I am the professional Sean Lathrop. Good night, good fight.